Rob G, the Rams a few weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, had the best, right? They were the number 1 seed. They played in Week 16. They lose to Seattle in that game, a big comeback by the Seahawks. They lose to the Falcons, so they drop out of that. Yeah. And Rob G, then they had to go to Seattle for yesterday's game.
Yep, and there's 2 ways you can view what happened to the Rams in Seattle yesterday. On one hand, you could say Matthew Stafford looked every bit the MVP he's going to be. 22 of 35, 374, 3 touchdowns, no picks, passer rating of 127.6. He was great. Or you could take the glass half empty approach and say, for all those stats and all those numbers, when it really came down to it, inside the 10-yard line, fourth quarter, down by 4, chance to go ahead late and get your team the win, get to the Super Bowl. 3 straight incompletions, including one in the end zone. The rest is history. And instead of the Rams, the Seattle Seahawks will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
100%. I'm going to take the glass half empty, of course, and look at this. I'm actually, I said to you on Friday, was it Friday? That if there's any football gods, that they would not allow Matthew Stafford to have a chance to rewrite his history. I'm dead serious, and I'm glad that it happened this way. And for all those numbers, because this was such a Matt Stafford moment. Big numbers, all that in the game. Oh, yeah, look at me. I almost threw for 400 yards. But then when it came down to it, and they really needed it, that was his moment. There was a legacy moment there, and I'll give that to you. Mm-hmm. Had he been able to beat the Seahawks defense, score in that moment right there, his last 2 passes went to guys I didn't even know who they were. Like, you got Devontae Adams and Puka there. No balls went to those 2 guys in the last 2, the third down and fourth down. They were at the 6-yard line. It was right. The last play was fourth and 4.
Yeah.
So they still could have got a first down inside and be first and goal at the 2, right? Was set up. It didn't happen. So from that standpoint, a McVey, I'm also with the McVey. He's pretty smug, thinks that he invented football. I love the idea that he fired the special teams coach, right? Because he blamed him for what went on. And guess what happened? A special teams moment happened for him.
The play of the game.
And I think I love how ironic that is, that it was all that coach at home. You could imagine what he felt like when that went down.
He's the only person who jumped up on the bad thing.
Right?
Yes! Everybody's like, wait, what do you mean? Yes! No,
it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Right.
Told him.
But I'm just saying that was another one of those moments where, things happen or whatever, but it was the Rams at one point were 9-2, and everybody thought they had everything. My God, they got all the weapons. Everything from that point on, 9-2, after winning 5 in a row, they finished the season 5-4. And remember, even their 2 playoff wins, they needed touchdowns at the very end. They didn't run away with anything. They didn't beat up anybody. It was a struggle. And I'm not surprised. I did pick Seattle to win.
2 things came back to bite them in the butts. So I'm going to work a little backwards here. They had given up 30 points defensively, and now 4 of the last 6 games, I believe it is. So that's one of the issues they're going in. Their defense is what we thought, the first half of the season. Obviously, Puka, Devontae, Matt Stafford. But it was their defense that's what we always folks were saying, most complete team, because their defense was great. You had guys coming from the front 7. So that was the thing that you kind of thought, oh, man, with that defense and offense, they were scary. The special teams were sketchy for sure. Lost them a couple of games, so you're thinking, all right, maybe that's the one area they need to tighten up. But the defense have been struggling, and we had talked about that, and I brought that up a handful of times. Like, they're winning some of these games, but the defense is giving up points. Or they got a couple of defensive stops, they might have won those games. So the defense let them down in that. We'll talk a little bit more about Seattle and Sam Darnold. Also, Matthew Stafford, what I didn't like, and the thing that bit them and Sean McVay, they were 0 for 6 on third downs.
Oh, that's so
you can't
huge.
be 0 for 6 in third downs against a very high quality team, and that has an issue there. Also, Sean McVay. Now I give you Sean Payton the smug. I don't get that with McVay.
No, I do.
More,
he
I
thinks
get
it like because of his last name, his lineage,
I get you with the Payton.
Everybody
and some
says
other
he's
guys.
a genius and whatnot. All I know is the last 3 years went out in the wild card round, went out in the divisional round, and then went out here with probably the best team he already had put together.
I don't agree with the McVay. I'll give you the Payton. But what I didn't like, I should say, from Sean McVay, 2nd and 4, 3rd and 4, 4th and 4, all passes when your running had actually been working throughout the game at periods. And so I didn't like the 2nd and 4, 3rd and 4, 4th and 4 from the 6, 7, 8 yard line, whatever it was.
6.
Why wouldn't you run the ball at some point? Right? You pick up 2, now it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, much more manageable. 3rd and 2 if you ran it on 2nd down. So I didn't like that play calling there. But we talked about this Friday. Matthew Stafford had a chance. He played spectacularly, made big throws, some incredible throws. He and Devontae got cooking for a while there. He had a chance, and they blew it, and they didn't get it done. After that same drive, he was making miraculous plays. 4th and 1 running. We don't see him run. He ran for the first down. Getting scrambled. The little pitch out he did to Puka picks up the first. He was like, you thought that was going to be the drive. And to your point, he fell short. You thought maybe they could get a defensive stop. They didn't, and the game ends, and they had, obviously they get the ball back 25 seconds, but it's over. So Matthew Stafford had a chance, and that's what I was saying on Friday. I'll be very clear. I don't believe he's a Hall of Famer yet, meaning if he were to had he won this Super Bowl, now we're having conversations. That's why I brought it up Friday. This is a chance to put yourself, because in a week or two, we'll be sitting there in San Francisco, and they may go, MVP of the NFL is Matthew Stafford.
Drake May.
And he could have been going, Matthew Stafford could have been an MVP and going to another Super Bowl, and that was an opportunity to change some things. And he didn't do it, and he fell short in an incredible game, but that was the drive. He fell short. Sean McVay fell short because I didn't like the 3 straight passes at their 6. I didn't like that. So they had a chance, they had a shot to really do some damage, and that's why that game was huge with Seattle and then back-to-back with Atlanta. Because you had to go on the road. You would have had to go on the road. Back to back.
They would be going to the Super Bowl if they held on to the number 1 seed. I don't even doubt that. I don't even doubt that.
It's a tough ask.
And I knew this, and I don't know if I said this. I don't know who I said this to. When the Patriots won Game 1 on the road, you know how that plays. I was like, there's no way both road teams are going to win to get to the Super Bowl. Like, that's just not. I don't know how often it happens. The NFL's hard to win.
It is. And they were hard enough to go to Chicago in the cold and then go to Seattle. And now you would have, obviously the Super Bowl would be a road game too. That's just asking a lot.
This is real simple.
What is it?
It's petty, but it's simple, and it's all the odd couple.
It's petty, and was it in the teleprompter?
All right.
What happened to the teleprompter?
Were you as happy as I was to see Matthew Stafford lose the NFC Championship?
So, wait a minute, Rob G, did you write that?
877-99 on Fox.
Bud Mexican.
It's the odd couple, not the odd one. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share, do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.